Do 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 do. It's late and the Academy is live. Write a comment. Check the comments section. Short session. A short session. Short session. A short session. Have you had a good day? How's it going out there, guys? Have you had as long a day as I've had? I know the camera's all blurred. It's okay. Don't feel like being in focus. Not much is in focus at this time in the evening. What time did you get up this morning? What time did you get out of bed? What time did you rise yourself? What are you doing still awake? What are you doing surfing the internet? What are you doing trolling Facebook? Oh my God. So it's interesting to see how many reactions the Academy gets when I do morning sessions and how many reactions when I do evening sessions. Can you hear my voice is completely blown? But that's okay. I don't care. I don't care. If you've got any questions that you want to ask related to personal coaching or related to language or grammar, if you've got anything that's running around your head, don't ask me anything stupid like how many craters are there on the moon, or how many nuts are going to be in my Snickers bar tomorrow. So I don't know. You can ask what you want. Nobody really cares. Nobody really cares. The reason why I dropped on the internet this evening is that I'm still testing all the software and I'm still testing all the technology and I'm still testing everything to try and find a system that works. Seems it doesn't matter how many computers and pieces of technology and software you throw together, there's still some SHIT, work it out, that doesn't work. There's still something that doesn't work. Anyway, if you got any questions you want me to deal with, you can type them online, type them into the chat box. I'll just type in a simple little hello. Hello to all online. There we go. I've written hello yo. See? Because the T and the Y are next to each other. Hello to all online. Right. There's lots of things I can do. I did an analysis today. You can find it on Facebook of a couple of articles. What's the point of that? The point of that is just to be there, to think, to be cognitive, to exist. And I'm going to hang around in the background right now, and I'm going to just play a list of headlines from the recent news. And I'm going to come back in about 10 or 15 minutes with some notes about whatever's on my mind at this point in time. As a rule, when the camera is all blurred like this, and you can't see stuff, it's because I don't want you to see stuff. And when I'm getting a bit more serious, I'll put it into focus and we'll get down to talking about something or discussing something. So, hopefully I should be able to fade myself out of the picture and play around a little bit with, you can see my palette is just chocked full of stock there. Hey, has anyone ever got this problem? Has anyone ever got this problem of, I've got the headphones on, right? Oh, I'm already diving into topics. I'm already diving into subjects. Wait a sec. Give me a... Where's my camera controller? I'm using a Logitech webcam, C525. If anyone knows or cares about the technology, it's pretty cool. Look, I can do this. Fade myself in. Right. So I'm wearing these. I love Logitech. Got this remote headset, and I hear clicks, like the mouse click. You know the noise that a mouse makes, the little click sound. I hear these clicks when I'm not doing anything on the computer. What does that mean? Does anyone else get that? Like they're sitting with their computer and they're working on something, but they're not touching the computer, and they hear the mouse clicks. I get that all through the day. I'm not touching anything. I'm not doing anything with my computer, and it makes the same click sound. Is it only me? Does anybody else get that? Nobody else gets that, right? Doesn't happen to anybody else. Anyway, as I said, I'm still testing the software. I'm still testing the technology. And this means that the stream could go down at any point in time because there's a lot of copyright issues presenting information on the internet. And if Facebook doesn't like anything that you do, it goes and just cuts your feed. This is great, right? Anyway, can't complain. Why are you complaining about free stuff? I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it is what it is, right? It is what it is. I'm going to fade myself out and try to come back with I'm going to play through some news headlines. If you haven't been watching what's been happening recently in the news, then it's just some stuff. It's not really important. There you go. How does this work? Something like that. that was just a little run through the headlines of some of the news in the last 4 or 5 days. What's on your mind? What's on your radar? It's a late night session with the Academy. We might or might not do something of interest this evening. I don't know. We might just chill out. We might just chill out, relax. I might play some old stuff. I might play some old coaching sessions, and we'll see where it all goes. If you have any questions, write them in the chat. So, I was looking at some of the headlines there. There were quite a lot. It's interesting how the old news is not new. It's interesting how they call news. News. Is it because it's north, east, west, south? Is it? Or is it for some other reason? Is it about new things? North, east, west. I will write it in the chat. South. Except I can't spell south. Somebody once told me that news meant north, east, west, south. It's all directions. Or maybe it's just new things to keep us preoccupied. New things to keep us busy with the busyness of life. Again, as I said, it's interesting that the news is not new at the moment. There's all of the Vault 7 WikiLeaks, which I'm sure triggers all of the remote bots all over the net. So there's quite a lot happening with that, but the people who studied the information knew this was happening a long time ago. I had a chat with a client today who said it doesn't surprise me. Of course, it doesn't surprise the thinking person. Of course, it doesn't surprise the thinking person. It never will. Then we've got also the admission that what do they call that Amazon thing where you talk and that box or cylinder that you talk to and it gives you answers. Echo, I think it's called. And I don't know, is that a good idea, having a device in your home that listens to you? But it provides you with things. And it needs to have a microphone to listen to you. Yeah. That's how they sell it, isn't it? I mean, who would want to ask a robot questions or a machine questions? I guess we do that with Google. I guess we've been trained to do that with Google, haven't we? Anyway, beware of the smart tech, that kind of smart tech that can remote control your car, like starting it from somewhere else. Or all of those little robots you're going to have in your home, they're going to be listening to you as well. Beware. Beware of anything called smart. You know, how smart is smart? How cool is cool? How fast is fast? How good is good? Thinking about it. Hey, did you notice in the change of topic, did you notice in the American election cycle how all the time that Donald Trump was running to be president, the Democrats were saying, oh, well, we've got him under investigation for this and this and this and this and this, and now that Donald Trump is president. And he's saying, oh, they were investigating me. Everyone's saying, no, we weren't. No, we weren't. The media thinks that people have memories like fish. Do fish have memories? I don't even know. Traditionally, they don't, but it's interesting. They might be right as well. Who knows? They might be right. So those are some things I was thinking about. I also wanted to repeat some of the key points that came out of this morning's session online, which was that I'm going to read the quote here. The mind is like a monkey in a cage. It will bounce around and go as crazy as it wants, but it will eventually settle. I thought that was nice because it reminds us that whatever kind of crazy time we're going through at the moment, we will be able to get through it. We will be able to get over it. There's always a crazy time for everyone, so don't worry about it. Also, the second quote from this morning's sessions is that meditation shows up for you when you're not doing it, not while you're doing it. And I like this principle because it reminds us that it reminds me of what I always tell my students, which is the most important thing that you do is what you do when you are not here in the school, when you are not working with me. The most important thing that you do is your practice, is your training. Because when you're here, well, welcome to the real world, right? Welcome to the real world. So that's the game. That's the test. But it's what you do in practice. It's what you do in preparation. It's what you do in off season that prepares you for the season. So that's something that I think it's nice to think about. So what else? The school, the academy here will be functioning like basically like an open shop online through Facebook. We will be broadcasting live at least once a day for 1 or 2 hours. During that period of time, anyone is free to ask anything that they want about grammar, language, or any other topic that's on their mind, and I will try to give people a little bit of reflection on what is happening around about. We might also cover news topics. I've got some things on parenting and motivation that I want to cover. But remember, the people who take part in the sessions will control the content of the sessions. So whether you're watching this live or whether you're watching it after it's been recorded and goes up live, or whether you find this on one of the other non-Facebook streams like YouTube where it's mirrored to, if you find this in one of those streams, then feel free to hop over to Facebook and chime in and ask any relevant question. So, as I said earlier, I'm testing the technology, as you can see from the palette of information that's in front of you. I'm amazed that this technology works. I wonder who built it. Who built all this stuff? I'm using stuff that was built by people that I don't even know. And they built the stuff and then they give it away for free. I mean, how amazing is that? It's quite stunning, really. So I played through some headlines. That seemed to flow quite smoothly. No copyright infringement there. Well, not on Facebook. YouTube is a different story, but we'll see how that works. The next thing that I want to do is, in fact, test whether or not my audio sessions that are already all over YouTube can be replayed through this system. So I'm going to replay some of my audio sessions with students, and I'm happy to take any questions. I'll be hanging out in the background. If you've got any questions, if you've got anything you agree with or disagree with, then write it in the chat forum. Write it in the chat forum. So it's transition time, and it's experiment time as well. So how am I going to do this? I'm going to move any questions over to this side of the page. There we go. And sits quite nicely there. Now I'm going to try to go back and play a very, very, very old coaching session. This is one of the very first coaching sessions that I recorded, and it was recorded through video. So you're just going to get the audio to protect the clients involved, and you'll be able to hear my opinions about a variety of odd topics. These might get replayed again at some point. We'll find out. I'm just going to let this run in the background, and probably going to fade myself out as well, because I am not really very important. I don't like having images of myself on here, but apparently it brings the coaching session to life. It might do. We'll see. We'll see. I haven't listened to this stuff in ages. See how it goes. Right, sorry about that. It seems to be okay. I think the problem is me. The problem is not my computer. The the problem is me. So your hairdresser killed an hour of your life. I think that we should charge people who waste our time. I think there should be a special charge, like you make me wait, so as a result you have to pay me for making me wait, because I wasn't born so that other people could waste my life.
Mm-hmm.
So it really frustrates me when I have to wait for other people to do things. Whether it's wait for people to come to meetings, or wait for people to finish work, or just the general laziness of, oh, I'll be finished in half an hour, and 3 hours later they gave themselves a completely unrealistic goal. Some people seem to think, and this is because, let me explain why. This is because some people think the world seems to exist just for them.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, the reason why this planet is here is just for them, so that they can wander around and do whatever it is they want to do without thinking very much about anybody else and what other people need, or that they might be causing any problems for anybody. Most people with this basic philosophy go into politics, I think, or work in governments or strange organizations called parliaments, or the European Union, or places like that. Anyway, so I imagine the situation was something like, you had an agreement to be at your hairdresser's at a certain time,
Yes.
and you get there at the right time. In fact, you probably get there a little bit early, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then nothing, right?
Yes.
You just have to sit there, and you've probably got some really horrible fashion magazines that you have to
Yes. Mm-hmm.
look through to see how people have styled themselves in such a ridiculous way that's completely impractical for doing anything useful in life at all. But why do you need to visit a hairdresser? Can't you just just kind of Can't you just kind of cut round yourself, or?
Mm, I had once these scissors for doing that, but when I am doing it by myself, it is not very good because the end of my hair is like it's not good. I don't know if it is not so good to working with that, or I don't know to do that. But if I'm doing it by myself, it doesn't help.
You could get your boyfriend to do it for you.
Oh, no.
No, you don't trust him with that.
I just do that twice a year after winter and after summer, and but
I don't understand it when people say the ends, especially girls say, "Oh, the I need to do something with the ends of my hair," because I had long hair for years and I never had to do anything with the ends of my hair. They were just the ends of my hair. I just don't understand that that thing, but I guess there's many things that I don't understand, like sort of particle string theory, nuclear physics, nanotechnology. I don't understand those things either. But um, and then the crazy thing is that girls are so happy after after it gets done. They're like, "Oh, have you seen my hair? I feel like a different person. Oh, I feel so much lighter. Oh." But it's like that. It's like that.
yes, yes, I am not this type of of happy women's after their hairdresser, but yes, I know this situation.
Happy, yeah. Uh, happy. That's a really polite way to describe it, isn't it? That the happy girls. The happy girls, the ones that are always dancing and and speaking but never saying anything.
Yeah.
So, yes, the ones that are always sitting in the middle of town drinking coffee, just watching people walking up and down, which is kind of nice because it's the theater of life. But um, I guess they're just students killing um, time between classes. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I often wonder. I often wonder what they're doing that they can just kind of sit there all the time. And I look at them and think fashion victims. But never mind. Um, those are my prejudices, I suppose. Um, so, 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 so how much longer did you have to wait in the hairdressers?
1 hour.
Well, you had to wait 1 hour for your appointment.
Yes.
I, I'm looking for words. I don't have any words. Um, I've got like motherfucker. Is that is that a good word or phrase to use? That's that's crazy. And then you have to pay them, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to wait an hour for something that you don't know if it's going to be good or not, and then you have to pay them. Oh my
Yes.
God. I couldn't justify that to myself. There's no way that I could justify that to myself. I couldn't justify making somebody wait for an hour and then taking money from them
Mm-hmm.
after making them wait for an hour. there's that's. I mean, I thought waiting at my dentist took a long time, and I have to wait like half an hour usually at my dentist.
Mm-hmm.
I waited at my dentist until one day I knocked on the door and I said I can't wait anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Just- and I just walked away, and after that the dentist was a bit more organized. But uh, so, so so how do you feel?
I'm okay. I'm just, I had other plans how to use that hour of my life, but what can I do? So, so I'm okay.
What a great question that is. Um, and I bet that because you're a nice person, you were really you were quite polite about things, and that you didn't say to the person, "Hey, come on, this is an hour that I have to wait. This is ridiculous." Or did you say something?
Yes, I told her that the next time, if she will have no time, so just call me and cancel the appointment.
And what was her reaction to that?
She was surprised, I think, but
Oh my God, a person with she was probably shocked that somebody could communicate with her using language. Sorry. Um,
so, but I didn't told her something.
no, as I said, you were polite, right,
Yes.
about it, because nice people are usually polite about these things, which might be a mistake. I tend to think that nice people should often not be polite about things, and maybe I hope I did something practical. I can't remember at all. I've got to think. There was something that I did around the house. What was it? Was that this weekend or last weekend? Oh my God. All the weekends become the same. At the weekend, I was. Where was I? I went to uh, one of little swimming pools in the village near where I live. I took my family there because it was the last chance to do something before the new term started. So
Mhm.
uh, I took them there. I think we were there on Saturday and Sunday. I think we went on both days. I think Saturday was a nice day, so we decided to go to the village and spend the day in the village, and we spent it there swimming and playing football with the uh, the other children that were there, and we spent most of the day there. I came home. I think I came home and I cut the grass or something like that.
Mhm.
Um, I also, what did I do? I went for a jog. I did a bit of shopping. Um, and we ran out of coffee. There we go. For some reason, I remember that from the weekend. There was no coffee, and I was not happy because there was no coffee, and trying to I was trying I was trying to explain relative values and organization to my partner through this principle of the fact there is no coffee. Um, because when I have clients who come to my school, there is usually, I say 99% of the time, there's a choice of water or coffee or tea for people who come to the school. usually just if it's a sort of a warm day, I usually just offer water, or if it's the middle of winter and it's freezing, I
Mm-hmm.
might offer something warm to the students. And and I was I was wondering how I can always make sure that there's some coffee in my office if students want coffee, but when I come home, there's no coffee at home. And which environment is more important, home or the office? And I think the home environment is more important. So I think that things should the resources should kind of always be there at home. Um, so um, so that was my little speech at the weekend about organization and trying to get things all sorted. Because it's always I don't ask for much. All I ask is that there's some water in the fridge and there's some coffee.
Mm-hmm.
And last week there was no water in the fridge and there was no coffee. I don't need anything else. I don't need anything else in my life, but I need there to be some water in the fridge and some coffee. As long as there's water in the fridge and coffee, I can survive. We don't need to have anything else at all. But there was no water in the fridge and no coffee, and so this this disturbed me and upset my balance at the weekend. Um, little things make big differences. There we, there we go. So that was my weekend, a mixture of different activities.
Weeks.
There you go. So some old school coaching. Some old school coaching. We had dealing with problems. When is it right to be polite? And when is it right to maybe let go of your emotions a little bit, or let your emotions go a little bit even? And then we had no coffee. We had no coffee, which is something that I was the same lesson I was looking at today was that little things make big differences. I don't think I can stress that enough, that little things make big differences. So we had 2 coaching sessions, and those are sort of about a year old now. I have more coaching sessions than I know what to do with. You can hop over to the YouTube channel. You can go over to, let's just move the questions to the other side there. You can hop over to, let's see, how will I find the YouTube channel? My channel, there we go. The Academy of Language Therapy and Life Coaching. And I always think it's a good idea to click on videos, or you could click playlists, because we have quite a few playlists. We've got the Academy Live, we've got the Language Coaching and Underground Education, we've got Accountability, we've got the Best of Stefan Molyneux, Psychology and Philosophy, we've got John Taylor Gatto, we've got the Simple Lessons, we've got the 10-minute English. There's so much stuff. Anyway, what I like is just clicking video on the page, and then you just get a complete list of the most recent videos, which include a 1-minute recording I did the other day entitled The Real and the Fake. In fact, there are 2 different versions actually. There's a piano version with a piano background and an alternative sound background version, which give 2 completely different qualities and feelings to the audio. I read the audio as best I could. It's not fantastic, but I think it does the job. Oh, there's also a nice little audio of Jeremy Irons talking about working and money and banks and things. That's pretty cool. So there's lots of stuff there. You can just scroll down and see all those things. So, a lot of cool stuff. A lot of cool stuff. So thank you very much for paying attention this evening. Let's find a nice screen to finish with. There we go. There we go. So, thanks very much for paying attention. Thanks very much for being there. And hopefully there'll be another coaching session tomorrow where I will speak to you soon. Wherever you are, have a great evening. Have a great night. Have a great time. Have a great life. I will speak to you again very soon. The live broadcast ends now. I'm always worried that it's going to cut out in some weird way. Perhaps not. I will leave the town in the keeping of the people who are sleeping.